Alright, what's up guys? I'm out here today. I'm going to be doing a review and an overview on my new Giant Anthem Advanced 1 2018. So let's get straight into it. Starting off with some specs, we're running the advanced grade composite material, so a carbon frame with your alloy rear triangle. I'm running 110mm rear shock and then 130 up front. So for the rear shock, we are running the Fox Float Performance Elite, and that's 110mm travel. For the fork, we are running the Fox 34 Float Performance Elite, so that's 130mm travel. For your stem and your bars, they're both the Giant Contact SLs, and my bar width is 780, that's what they come stock as. And a personal preference thing that I did when I was building up my bike was I flipped the stem and I also dropped it down a bit, so it gives you a slightly lower end feel over the front. Coming from an XC sort of background, that's what I prefer riding. And for the brakes, we are running the SRAM Guide RS and 180mm rotors front and rear. Alright, moving on to the dropper post, we are running the Giant Contact S switch dropper post. So something cool that Giant have done for this year, same as the Tramps that I reviewed in a few videos ago, is they've got this little trigger lever here. So opposed to last year where they had the one that was coming down here, this one here feels much more natural. It's got a much better actuation to it, so it's a lot easier to push in as well, so it feels a lot nicer when you're riding along. Alright, moving on to the drivetrain, we are running the SRAM Eagle GX rear derailleur cassette chain and shifter on the front. Paired up with a 32 tooth front chainring. That rear cassette range is actually a 10 to 50 tooth, so with a 32 up the front, that is a huge gear range, so you're going to be able to pedal up any hill. Once you crank it into those lower gears, you're going to be flying along. Right, and last but not least, we are onto the wheels. So we are running the TRX 127.5 carbon wheel set on this beast. And one really cool thing that Giant have done this year is they've actually set up this bike ready tubeless out of the box, so it's already got your valve, your rim tape and your Maxxis forecasters on there as well. So all you have to do is squeeze the sealant into the tyre and you're pretty much ready to go. Alright, so those are just a few of the specs on this bike. If you do want to know all of them, you can just go on Giant's website and find it out there. I'm just going to go over a few of the little add-ons that I've done out of the box and how it performs on the trail and why I actually bought this bike. So as you guys know from Instagram or Snapchat, I did go for the extra large frame size. I'm around 190 centimeters, so I found that this frame size would probably be the best one to suit me. The large just felt a little bit too cramped. I was kind of worried to start with that the extra large wouldn't be as flickable as the large, but it actually is. Like, you can still throw it around really easily, but then as soon as it gets to a hill climb, it just takes off as well, so extra large is definitely good for me. As you can see, I am running the ODI grips as well, so these are not stock. I just find that these grips here give me a much better feel for the bars. It's all personal preference. I did used to run the stock Giant grips, but I find that these ones are probably better suited to me. The pedals, I am running the Dior XT trail pedals, so a little bit of a wider surface platform compared to your normal XTs. So good for enduro and all-round trail riding. Just like any good enduro bike, you got to have that marsh guard on there as well. Just went for the plain matte black on that one. And a little feature that I actually just put on yesterday was this all-mountain style frame skin. So I've got the camo one on the bottom there, and also coming around to the back, I've got this one on the back there. And for the bottle cage, I'm running a Giant carbon bottle cage. Right, my camera just died, so I'm just using my iPhone. But really quickly, I'm just going to explain how this bike rides in comparison to my Rain. Now this bike here is carbon, the Rain was alloy. So this bike here does feel a lot stiffer, and in comparison, like the trails that I'm riding don't actually need 160mm travel, so this bike just naturally feels a bit better because it's a bit more flickable and it's definitely built more for the trails that I'm riding. So this is a big claim, but hands down this is the best bike I've ever ridden. Pretty much if I was to build up a bike for my style of riding, this would be that bike. The Rain was good, but it's more suited to the rough stuff at higher speeds, like the rock gardens, the big jumps. It handles amazingly on those. This thing here, I hit a road gap yesterday, as you would have seen from the footage before. That got a little bit sketchy, but it definitely handled it pretty well. So for my style of riding in the trails that I'm going to be doing, this bike is perfect for me. But yeah, as I said before, definitely go to your local Giant shop and ask them what sort of bike you should be riding, depending on what sort of trails you're doing. Yeah, this will also be my XC bike and my enduro bike, so I'm pretty keen for riding this bike on all the trails. Alrighty guys, that's going to conclude my Giant Anthem Advanced 1 2018 review / test ride video. If I did miss out anything, make sure you comment it down below or send me a message on Instagram, and I'll make sure I answer that for you. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like it if you did. Comment video ideas that I should do with this new bike, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Catch you later. Yo!